Hide your strap-ons, put away your biscuits, and get ready for the ride of your life. It's time for free candy in the van of comedy. It's time for Two Clueless Dudes.
Yo, 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 yo! We're live in Las Vegas right now. Or if you're going to listen or watch us on Facebook, Twitch, YouTube, Uber, Stank, whatever that you're watching us on.
Lyft.
Whichever camera is active right now. We appreciate you.
We just brought on Pornhub, so thank you.
Yeah. Woo! I'm Mad Mike. That is the Hank. We have an incredible special guest, Jay Bird of the Rock and Comedy Show here. And, of course, our lovely producer, Waz, supposedly.
Wow.
Now, why is it Waz supposedly, not Waz allegedly?
Well, there was a time when Facebook let you put whatever name. They didn't force you to use your legal name.
What was my name? Do you remember?
I think I do.
Yeah, what was it? It was pretty funny.
It was Shingles McFanny.
Shingles McFanny was one, but that wasn't the name I went as. I went as Junk McGee.
Junk McGee, yeah, for the longest time.
And
yeah.
everybody thought my wife had married somebody named McGee, and that my first name was really Junk because everybody just believed whatever was on Facebook has to be the ultimate truth, I guess. So is that how yours started?
Yeah, you used to say someone's name is feeling posted, did, and you'd put in what you did. So
right, I remember that.
Someone else was like, oh, Melissa allegedly. And so it was like, Melissa allegedly going to the park today or whatever. And I just thought that was funny and copied it with supposedly.
That's perfect.
And then people only knew me as that when they found my real name on Facebook. I kept getting called that. And then I realized it's better SEO. There's other Joseph Wozniaks.
That's true.
But Googling Woz supposedly finds
Joseph
me better.
Wozniak is like, it's like the Jewish Smith. You know, it really is.
There's a handful of us, yeah. Every wagon driver in Warsaw, Poland.
Exactly.
Is what it is.
It's Inski, and she was from Poland.
Yeah.
So anything with Inski in it.
Those skis, they're not as dedicated as those Niaks.
Yeah.
The Warsaw-specific homies.
Man, so we have all kinds of things to talk about today. One, obviously, we're going to talk about Jay. Jay's here, and it is his birthday tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
What are you going to do to celebrate, sir?
Guess Jordan's throwing a hell of a party tomorrow.
Yeah, Jordan, DJ Fade from Faded and Elevated, one of my favorite shows. I recommend checking out the schedule page and checking out a lot of cool shows there. On radiovegas.rocks, specifically, the website.
And, Two Close Dudes, we are going to make an appearance at this. Are you going to have a piñata?
I don't know what she's got planned.
Naked ping pong?
Probably.
Okay.
I think there's going to be
She
food
got
with
your
weed in it.
request.
Yeah, if she got my request.
But not naked beer pong, because that doesn't feel good.
I also requested gerbil guzzling. I don't know if anybody's familiar with that, but it's where you make the gerbil drink the beer, and then you drink the beer from the gerbil. No?
Like, what do you do?
Ring the gerbil out?
Yeah. In your
You
mouth.
just ring him?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is there a funnel?
There is. Okay, it depends.
Funnily enough.
Funnel is... But those are Canadian rules. Okay? Anthony Cools would know a lot about that. All right, folks. Well, there's a lot of other cool things. We got History's Mysteries to get to. Obviously, there's a lot of incredible news going on out there. But I think let's start this off with something that I found disturbing. Utterly, deeply, darkly disturbing.
Wah! Or not that disturbed.
No, that's disturbed.
Oh.
Oh, yeah. We'll get
22
we'll get to
that then. 22 it.
Zack Snyder is getting his own anime series on Netflix.
And so?
It's Zack Snyder. That's
why I said so.
With Jay Oliva, who co-created the Justice League with him. So basically, despite this man's horrid attempt to make anything good, the last thing he did was Sparta, right? What was it called? 300?
Yeah.
And that was only cool because it hadn't really been done before. It was kind of like...
It was the first real CGI.
Yeah, kind of...
Super CGI.
Oingo.
Well, no, I guess that's not true because there was Avatar before that.
But did Vader come out first?
I think it did.
Nobody cares. So...
Wasn't Toy Story 1 the first CGI major feature film?
And that came out on my birthday, actually. Yeah. The only cool thing to happen on my birthday, other than in the early or the late 1800s, some lady teacher went on like a murder rampage of her kids. So that's
I discourage that.
my birth date is closely tied to. So that's fun. Unlike your birthday, how old are you turning now? 26, 27?
Yeah, that's good.
Does that sound-
47.
47. Okay, we'll take 47. We'll take 47.
Okay,
We'll
good,
We'll
accept
take
that.
it. We're
That's
gonna take
acceptable.
it. That's acceptable. That'll work. That'll work. So
Sharing the birthday with Han Solo and Captain Picard.
The actors that played them or
love
those
Captain
characters?
Picard.
No, the actors that played them.
Okay, awesome.
Patrick Stewart and Harrison Ford
Nice.
both have birthdays tomorrow.
That's good
Very
luck.
cool.
so
So I can take both franchises.
take them both.
The licensing fees, though.
But nobody else is concerned that there's people just wantonly giving Zack Snyder millions of dollars to make.
No, I'm not concerned
He's like-
at all. I'm not going to watch it. I'm not. No,
He's like Michael Bay without a good franchise.
I'm not. No.
Josh will probably think it's great.
Josh is already excited.
anything Zack Snyder.
Josh's wiener is already moving.
I heard they were going to make a Zack Snyder replica dildo. He's going to be the first one, limited edition.
The first, he's going to be the first one in. All right.
Probably have it signed.
And he'll say, it's great.
Yeah. This is so great.
I'm going to have it tattooed on me.
I saw it and it made me cry a little.
And then I fell in a cactus.
Oh, see, you brought it up.
You did it.
See, okay,
I had
listen. I took a picture and I didn't have enough time, but I wanted to send it to Josh and ask because there's a portion of the cactus.
But there's a portion of cactus
There's a
with
portion of the
no
cactus that doesn't
barbs?
have needles. So I wanted to ask him if that's where his ass went.
Is this where it happened? Where on the cactus did it touch you?
Listen, I know
Where
I know
on
he
your ass
went.
did the cactus touch you?
I know he went to the ER, so we won't make a big deal of it. I just hope it didn't go near the hole.
Oh, you
I
can.
didn't
Everybody
see.
else has.
I didn't see much broken off.
I just
I'm
hope
skeptical.
I just don't want it to be near the hole.
So Jay, while we've got you here, I wanted to talk to you about an interview that you did that you never got to air.
Which was?
Bill Cosby.
No, I did air it.
Oh, you did air it.
Oh, it aired. Yeah, it aired. But then shortly after that, all the allegations came out, and I didn't air it again.
Right.
It was
So that
like
was what I was
months
going to say.
before, right?
It was the time period from
Was-
you doing the interview to then was not that long.
4 or 5 months.
Now, when you was it over the phone?
Yeah, it was over the phone.
So I mean, how did he sound? Did he sound like somebody who was like, "Oh man"?
He sounded like Bill Cosby. There was nothing going on there.
No.
Get down to the Jello pudding.
Did he ask if you had any girlfriends or? No, I don't. I'm just trying to figure out how
No, he was perfectly fine.
He was a
Yes.
class act.
Yes.
Right. And I don't care, even though obviously he did some pudding things to some ladies, but he was
It's called pudding.
he was a great comedian. He really
He's
was.
still a great comedian.
And I think there should be a recast, and I think he'd be perfect for the role. I think they should recast Maleficent as Bill, educated in the role, right?
He's going to need the money.
Yeah.
Not.
Oh, Ricky Deloree chiming in. He says he loves himself some pudding pops. And he do. Oh, also, we found out that if anybody's watching on Twitch, we are having an issue with comments. So if you can find us on Facebook, Michael Galliano or Jay Bird, that is probably one of the best ways to get in to be able to make comments.
Or
You
help
go
us out on
right-
the YouTube.
Yeah.
It's hard to get YouTube subscribers, so if you could please help us out by finding Two Clueless Dudes on YouTube and tossing us a sub, that'd really help us on that platform.
Slap us in the cheek with some salami. We'd appreciate it. So, Bill Cosby,
pudding.
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 I also heard a rumor that he was going blind. Does anybody know if that is true?
He is.
They-
blind.
Oh, he is.
Yeah, they showed pictures
like
of it.
like
in
the
courtroom.
Wynn, like Steve Wynn blind, or like
Yeah, I mean, when
he
he was
was
going in
assistant.
and out of trial, they were
He was
they
assistant.
were helping him out.
wow,
like this.
they held
You
him
like
up.
put your arm on mine and
Oh, and then they-
And
They
now,
escort you?
now because he's in jail and he doesn't have the assistance, he
So
has a cane.
let me ask you this: if you are blind and in prison, like, do you really need to be locked in your cell or have handcuffs at any time? Right? I mean,
That's,
like,
well, that's why they were trying to keep him out. and
where are you gonna go?
give him home. They were trying to get him like a home arrest.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
But he
I
didn't
guess
get it, did
he
he?
didn't get it.
That's
At
crazy.
that point in time, like it would be a game. Like I would want to
But like, so he's in jail now.
like 2 steps to the left. 15.
He's not totally blind, but he is losing his vision.
Man, I just would be.
I just can't see that.
Yeah.
And he had his first birthday in jail the other day.
Oh, he did. He's been in a year.
Almost a year. Well, yeah, but he actually just turned.
How long did he get? Do you know?
He could do minimum of 3, but he could do 20.
A minimum of 3 to 20.
So
And
he'll
he's
probably
88?
get through 3. He just turned 89.
Oh, 89? Do you think he'll kick the bucket
They
in the
say he's
prison?
in pretty good health, except for he's
Can't
losing
see.
his eyesight.
Well, hopefully, I hear you can do some crazy. They do like some crazy like prisoner engineering, and maybe they can make them like sonar. Out of like
Gambit glasses.
out of like bedpans and toothbrushes and ass soap.
He's still not out of he's still not out of the trouble. There's still trials and stuff going on
For him?
for him
Well, what on else is there?
because there's still women that have accused him, and so they're still figuring
Seriously?
it out. Yeah, Janice Dickinson, the world's first supermodel, went to trial the other day, and they proved that she lied, and she ended up admitting to it that
She
was
lied?
just trying to sell books. So yeah.
See, that's what sucks about being a celebrity, Like, he probably did it like one time, and now he's labeled. You know
Oh,
what I
I'm
mean?
sure he did it far more than once.
But it's hard.
The
It's hard as a
Nazis killed
celebrity.
one Jew, and all of a sudden they're bad people.
Yeah, it's ridiculous, right?
Well, there's
They
the
didn't
opposite
kill him; they
problem,
just
too.
showered with him.
Wow.
Well, the real accusers get discredited then too, which is the other tragedy.
Well, yeah, they get discredited. And same thing with the Michael Jackson biography.
Yeah.
That was discredited shortly after it came out.
Because he said he came up with that story about the train, and they're like, that came 3 years after you were here.
Yeah, so obviously
Yeah.
you full of shit.
But that was just one kid, right? That wasn't like the whole story, was it?
That was one of the main accusers. Of
Yeah, there was like
Doc-
2 main accusers, right?
It was like 2 or 3, yeah.
Does it matter
I
if they're
started
black
to
or white?
watch it.
Okay.
Oh, here we go.
Na, 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 na. Okay, so
It sounded like Ghostbusters, not Michael Jackson.
I posted on my Facebook. I can't believe how young we look when Howie Mandel
Oh yeah,
was graced with our presence.
yes. When he begged to meet us.
He did. Like, this is the thing. You guys don't understand. Like, it sounds like we're making a joke, but we are in the audience, right? We got tickets. He gave us tickets. That's how much he wanted to meet us. He gave them to us. So we're there. We're in there. He's doing all right. It's good. We could probably give him some pointers, but it'd be rude to do it while he's on stage. We figured maybe afterwards he probably just wants to know how the pros really do it, So he finishes the show, and we're like, well, we're just going to get out of here because, it was, it was what it was, right?
Yeah, totally.
But then the manager comes and it's like, no, Howie wants to see you. And we said, us? And he said, well, yeah, you're Crazy J and Mad Mike, right? I said, well, it doesn't say Mad Mike on my ID, but close enough. So in we went into like the secret passageway, and then we had to go through this windscreen, whoosh, and then we had to wash our hands, and then we had to
windscreen sound like?
sanitize, like a whoosh. And then we get into this special secret area where there was a couch that we
Clean
sat
room?
on.
yeah.
And we
The
actually did
green
get to
room.
talk to him for a
Clean
minute.
green
We
room.
did.
And was it just me, or did he look absolutely mortified?
Well, here's why he looked that way. Because I had to remind you 3 times: don't shake his hand.
Oh, that's
don't
right.
offer to shake his hand. He doesn't shake hands.
Yeah.
So Mike walks up and he goes, "How you doing?" He goes, "He told you 3 times not to shake my hand."
So did you shake his hand?
No,
No,
fist bumped him, but yeah, but
I
it
did
was
fist bump.
But it was funny. That's why he was a little standoffish
I
to
tried
Mike.
to catch him. I tried to catch him off guard, but he was
Yeah,
ready for it.
I heard he's very much personal space, don't touch me kind of person.
He's a germaphobe. Yeah,
Like
don't.
severe. Like even just
Yeah.
being in his personal, because even when we took the photo, he was fairly far back. He didn't want to touch you. He didn't want to be too close to like breathe in your aromas.
Yeah. He has
interesting.
since worked on that and gotten some therapy.
Has he?
Yeah.
Really? Well then, let's see if we can meet him again and shake his hand. Or you know what? We'll shake something else. I'm
Yeah, knock yourself out.
whatever.
touch his
Hey,
toes, whatever the guy's willing to do, right?
that's right.
He might be harboring something from not having his skin flora communicate with other people's skin flora, he might have like something that would eat our flesh on his skin.
I'm sure he's okay with like his family and his kids and stuff.
They're all dangerous.
I mean, that can't work like all the way around. You got to bang.
Right.
You
Well, I
gotta
mean, he's got
smash.
kids, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, maybe it was like a just the tip type thing.
Oh,
Like, I don't know.
see that's
Hey, but look, people are gross. We've talked about that on Waz's show today, licking ice cream in public and all that stuff. Yeah. I don't want to touch people either.
Yeah.
Laying around in vegetable trays and
This is something that Phil has not heard, but do you remember? I was not there. I will say this. I was not there. But we did have anal ring toss for the Rock and Comedy Show.
we did.
With giant glazed donuts
From Pink Box.
Box Donuts. That happened, folks.
Yeah.
That was a real thing.
Dieza Morgan, yeah.
That's the type. Yes, she's got like an octopus on her like butt, and like the mouth is her butthole. It is
tasty.
the wildest thing I've ever seen in my life, and that had to have hurt so bad, right? I mean,
Or hurt so good.
I guess. I mean, I just
Didn't they
couldn't.
do a song about that?
I just couldn't imagine tattooing my butthole. I mean, what would I like? She did an octopus. I mean, what else could you do? A dolphin, maybe?
Well, I mean, you could do a starfish.
Make it the blowhole?
It's already a
I mean,
starfish.
Yeah, that's what it already looks like. And have you seen they have that company that will
Dolphin eye.
You take an
Wagon wheel.
You take an imprint of your butthole.
Oh
they send
yeah,
you stuff.
and it gives you you could either do a chocolate
You
or
mail
you
it
get a
in.
copper butthole.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
they'll give you butthole
Your
chocolates
butthole.
to
Eat.
so somebody can eat your ass.
The hair, though.
I think it's cool. Oh no, they'll take care of that. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, you're not making the chocolate was.
yeah,
Well, that tends to mess up imprints that I make of my butthole.
yeah, yeah.
You need assistance.
Oh, okay.
You don't. It's not a one asshole kind of job.
I was ready to give up.
Yeah, don't.
You and Ann should just take a Saturday night.
Yeah. But that was a pretty crazy show. We did probably our craziest interview is the coked out
TJ Weaver.
TJ Weaver. That was still probably one of the craziest. It wasn't even that it was crazy. He was like sweating profusely. He was so coked out. He just was. Paul Rodriguez was the same way. That dude. You know what though? He was cool because he still saw us, but he was riding the bullet train. I'm gonna tell you right now. But it was cool because I don't know. Did you ever see $1 Million to One?
No.
Watch $1 Million to One. It's probably terrible now, but when I was 10, it was an amazing movie
Yeah.
and changed my dang life.
So is he, man.
We've had some
Yeah.
good people on the show. Sinbad was awesome.
Sinbad has to be one of the all-time favorites.
I hear about this. Mike talks about it.
Sinbad.
was a
Sinbad
great
being
interview.
a super guy.
Sinbad was awesome, and we love.
They said, yeah, he'll be there for 20 minutes, and we got him for 90. He wouldn't leave. It was
Yeah,
great.
he wouldn't
That's
leave.
cool.
He was
He
so-
refused to leave.
He just kept coming up with more and more material.
And we kept looking at him like, bro, leave. You know?
I'm sure that's exactly what you were doing.
Yeah. Oh, and then this
Your
is the best.
segment is done.
And this is the best part. I genuinely I thought I was going to get kicked out, but we didn't, surprisingly. But we went to he gave us tickets to a show.
Right.
And then we got to go backstage where we met Marsha Warfield.
Right.
And some other people. And we were making fun of all the cups and trays and the cookies and stuff and sitting in all the couches that the celebrities were sitting on. I was just acting a fool, but he was totally cool with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he was.
So you were
a
acting
stand-up dude.
foolish on Sinbad's couch?
I totally was. William Day says Sinbad is great, and he is correct. And even to this day, he still does stand-up tours around. The dude's hilarious. All right, well let's hop into another story, shall we?
Let's do it.
Let's hop into something. Let's talk about this. The writer for John Wick is on board to do the series
this
for
is
Winter
fantastic.
Soldier and
Yes.
Falcon.
Yes. You want to know what
That's
I think?
so cool.
Yes. I'm in. I
But-
love it.
Okay, so here's the thing, though. John Wick is awesome, but it does kind of get a little weird at times, right? I mean, the whole like the coins and the
Oh, I disagree. I just
that
think there's just-
explain the hotels. I mean, it's just kind of it
That's
just
the
kind
fun
of
part.
exists, but you don't really know why. I mean, it is cool, but it is a little weird. And honestly,
Eh.
The only thing that I didn't like about the John Wick 3 was, did you really need to have Halle Berry in it? Like, I'm just not a Halle Berry fan.
Yeah.
I'm just not.
Man, since when though? That was a good Catwoman.
I thought it was terrible. It was a terrible movie.
Maybe it's just that she's attractive. I don't remember really how she acted.
Yeah, really. She
Yeah.
was Storm too, and I just thought that was gross.
I'm just not an X-Men fan. But I love John Wick, so I say bring it. I love it.
Falcon is not Captain America,
Watch
but
it.
he is a mermaid.
He-
Per William Day. You know what? I totally agree with you, and I'm gonna talk about it, and it's super controversial, but I'm gonna bring it up.
Don't
You
do
can all
it.
share your
Stop
opinions.
it.
But I don't think Captain America should have given his shield to Falcon. He should have given it to Bucky. Thoughts?
I didn't read the comics.
You son of a bitch.
I'm
But-
fine with it.
I'm
You're fine with it?
I'm fine with the black man, having a little bit of power. So you know what?
Oh,
I'm in.
no,
But I do know
it's
that
not that it
what
has
you
nothing to
said
do
in
with
the
him being
comics.
black.
I know what you said in the comics that
Yeah.
that he doesn't get it first. Bucky gets it first.
Bucky gets it first, and then Falcon gets it, and he F's it up.
Right. Well, maybe he'll
Well,
F
maybe
it up.
they
and
just
then-
want to skip all that and just get to the good stuff.
Get right to the good. Yeah, let's just get right to the.
I don't care.
You don't.
I don't care.
You have no preference.
No.
I don't think it has to follow the comic books completely.
What I'd like to see.
Yeah, because wasn't there like another shield and stuff? I feel like the shield is really
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.?
arbitrary now.
Oh,
Because I feel like there's multiple Captain America shields. You can just make your own whenever. They just
well,
made
now that
another
they've
one,
got
didn't
the
I
yeah,
don't
well,
think
because
So
the
I don't-
Wakanadians, they've got all that vibranium to make it with.
they? Yeah, there's vibranium coming out of people's pores nowadays. It's no big deal.
Yeah, exactly.
If you're a Wakandan,
People are choking on vibranium.
All
now.
you have to do is say, "Hey, Shuri,"
Hey, Sherry.
Shuri, because that was the name of the teenager that was smarter than everybody in the.
okay,
Oh, okay.
she's 16 and she's T'Challa's sister, and I'm tired of you riding me about it.
I'm not the one with a crush on her. I think it's weird.
I-
I'm just gonna go out and tell you. I think
Okay,
it's weird.
Jay, you watch Marvel. You enjoy Marvel, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, so did you watch Black Panther?
Parts of it.
Oh, what the?
I got bored with it.
Yeah, because Hank has Wakanda fever.
I feel you. Hank's got Wakanda. He does. He does.
Don't sigh. It's beautiful. I support
Whatever.
you.
Does Spike Lee still make movies? Does anybody
Spike
know?
Lee? I don't think so. Does he? No.
No, I don't think so.
I don't think he has in
He
a
hasn't
while.
for a while.
What the
Speaking
hell
of-
does that have to do with Shuri?
Well, speaking of movies,
Oh,
well, he said you have Wakandan fever instead of jungle fever. Wasn't that the name of a movie he did?
You're being more specific about the jungle, though.
Yeah.
I feel like Morris Day is going to come out now.
So we had a person on Twitch, Jeff Duffield, who was part of our conversation, or he thought he was part of our conversation when we were talking about some of the greatest actors of our generation.
I'm going to get to that later.
What do you mean? You want to talk about that later?
Yeah.
Okay, well, what do you got now? What's on your slate?
Well,
Actually, why don't we do a commercial?
that's the very last thing I
Blah.
have
What is?
for History's Mysteries is your stupid Kurt Russell conversation.
Okay, so then we'll get to that. But yes, it does in fact involve the mythological beast that is Kurt Russell.
I love your foreshadowing, Hank.
He's-
Your stupid Kurt Russell conversations.
Like
Oh my God.
he's not even a decent actor. Like the best,
Bro,
the
yeah,
best
you're
movie.
right. He's not a decent actor. He's amazing actor. Okay.
I'd rather take a
But
shit.
hold on,
but before
we'll
we
talk
do
about
that, we'll do a commercial. But
Pay
I'd
some
like
bills.
to real quick give a shout out to the homie Josh.
Jeff. Oh, there he is. He just showed up. Jeff said, "Black Klansman 2018" from Spike Lee. Okay, so there we go.
All right.
Continue.
Shout out to the homie Josh shooting those really, really big guns and keeping his eyes on those fucking Russians. Thank you for all of what you do. Stay safe. And all those listening from the Bering Sea, thank you. And Josh, make sure that you come back to the Golden Knight territory soon and safe. Thank you, bro.
You're the man.
Another night of drinking, and I'm feeling so low. Another night of drinking, I got no get up and go. Maybe a drink whiskey, beer, and such. Need a little shot of Hangover Joe's. Now you see me moving and my feet ain't dragging the floor. Feeling pretty good and my head ain't pounding no more. Happens all the time, and the only thing saving my life is a little red and yellow shot called Hangover Joe's. Hey folks, this is Ken from the Altogether's. We tend to drink a lot at our shows. Actually, we drink a lot everywhere. Hell, I'm drunk right now. Sometimes I get tanked just so I can drink Hangover Joes. Now, while you should drink responsibly, things do tend to get out of hand from time to time, and that's why you should get Hangover Joes right now while you're sober. Now, if you excuse me, I got a song to finish, so I can go get drunk. Happens all the time, and the only thing saving my life is a little red and yellow shot called Hangover Joe's. A little red and yellow shot called Hangover Joe's.
Cold Cock American Herbal Whiskey. Enjoy responsibly.
All right, Dicks, but I told you to register for the free Aerosmith tickets by clicking on the link for the Radio Vegas Rocks app and then simply register your name and phone number under the VIP tab. To punish you, Dicks, I'm going to play Janie's Got a Gun on my hand flute while I explain again how great this contest through Radio Vegas Rocks truly is. This is free airfare, free hotel accommodations, and 2 VIP tickets on the actual stage. You're on the stage watching Aerosmith play. If one of you dicks win these tickets and you have no one to go with, I'll go with you. I would love to see if Aerosmith on stage turtle, even if you win. As long as you promise you don't roofie my drink, you don't have sex with my dead corpse. Hopefully he doesn't make my skin into some sort of apparatus he wears around his face. I'll even stay with you. All you have to do is download the Radio Vegas Rocks app and register under the VIP tab of the app to win.
Download the Radio Vegas Rocks app right now.
All right, welcome back to Two Clueless Dudes. You're with Mad Mike and the Hank on Radio Vegas Rocks.
We also have special guest Jay Bird from the Rock and Comedy Show and
Crazy
our
Jay.
producer was allegedly. So let us get into History's Mysteries.
Oh, well, that's because you want to
Hit
talk
it.
about Kurt Russell.
I so do.
Here we go.
Because we did the whole break.
You're listening to Two Clueless Dudes. History's Mysteries. Like that $20 you say I owe you.
Yeah. So, History's Mysteries from way back when of this week. So like 2.5 seconds max.
I figured it'd be like an hour.
Well, I mean, that's true. They do have to switch pens,
He's
right?
Eisenhower.
Because he's such a dick. About an hour? Yeah. All right. I deserve that one probably. 1981, the solar-powered aircraft Solar Challenger successfully completed a 163-mile flight across the English Channel.
That's pretty cool.
That was in 1981.
Okay.
So, like, why are the flights so expensive still yet today?
That was the
Why-
English channel? Because nobody likes the English channels.
Oh, they'd rather just have a cup
who
of tea
watches
and a biscuit?
BBC? Who watches BBC? You know what I mean? Nobody.
I don't.
Top
That's why
Gear,
it's always
y'all.
Okay,
Holla.
Top Gear was awesome. But now it's on Amazon. Grand Tour.
It's like better Top Gear, Grand Tour on Amazon.
Dude, it's so
Isn't
fun.
that
It's so
amazing?
It's
really
like an
good.
amazing show.
Holla.
It's such fun to watch.
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Well, I mean, I didn't write it.
Do you have like another date that you remember for it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I thought it happened in like
The 50s?
like 1952 or something.
No.
While I talk, do you want to look it up?
Not really.
All right. So apparently you care.
But now hold on. Didn't they also say that it was just an air balloon or something, like a weather
I'm
balloon?
not finished. It was a nuclear test surveillance balloon from Project Module shoved off as a weather balloon.
That's what they claim it is now.
Or was it? More recently, hundreds of documents were obtained via the Freedom of Information Act, along with other leaked documents, concluded that at least one alien spacecraft had crashed near Roswell, and alien bodies had been recovered, and a government cover-up had taken place.
Bro, they get alien bodies every day right there in California.
Yeah, I believe you.
Right on the border. So,
whoa.
Well, it's true, right?
Anybody else catch that? Wazzy?
Yeah, so it's just some Latin moms covered in green paint.
That's probably all it was. It was probably like, what's the Cinco de Mayo?
Oh.
Yeah, it's the Dia de los Muertos costumes. Yeah.
Yeah, they're just in costumes. Some kids dressing up for Halloween that were excited.
You habla español quite well.
Chad Randall says, what up, Jay Bird?
Gracias.
What up?
Gracias. Gracias, mi amigo. 1996.
Okay.
Nelson Mandela stepped down as president of South Africa. Can you believe that man sat in prison for 30 years before becoming that nation's president?
I just had no idea that his seat was so high.
It was really high. Yeah, 30 years of it.
Yeah.
And then he had to climb into the presidential seat.
I mean, I usually stand up.
Oh.
But he had to step down. Wow.
That just doesn't happen anymore, does it?
It really doesn't.
Like presidents are in trouble for blowjobs.
Well, you said he was in prison for 30 years, right?
Yeah.
Do you know who else was in prison that took over a country?
No.
Hitler. Hitler was a political prisoner after attempting to take the parliament by force. He was arrested, and he vowed that he would come back and win it the right way. And that, while he was in prison, was when he wrote Mein Kampf.
That's true.
Yeah. Pretty interesting, huh?
So he made himself this underdog.
Why I have this knowledge in my head is beyond me. But
Two Hitler jokes. Two Hitler references today from
I
Mike.
swear I'm not a racist.
I was going to say.
I swear I'm not racist.
I feel like the host
I
here
love
is
everyone equally.
a Nazi.
Black Mermaid, yay.
Black Mermaid, yay.
I don't feel like you mean it.
Don't report us to Facebook.
Say it like you mean it.
Yeah.
Deplatformed.
The views of Bad Mike are not necessarily those of the station.
I like the way you pointed that out. All right, 1776, Colonel John Nixon.
1776. That's a pretty important day.
Year? It's not a day.
Yeah.
It's a year, Mike.
Oh, right. Okay.
A day would be like the 12th of July.
Is that when it happened?
No.
Oh.
It's in this week of 1776.
Isn't this the 12th or something? It is the 12th. It's the 12th.
I just told you it was the 12th.
I know. So obviously that's the day. So some important happened.
We do this in the car too. It's no big deal. All right.
I've been friends with him a long time too.
Can I do it again?
You can.
1776, Colonel John Nixon gave the first public reading of the Declaration of Independence to an assemblage of citizens in Philadelphia.
Do you know how many people were there?
Like 14, probably.
And how many of them do you think screamed "Free Bird"?
Well, Philadelphia.
Because, I mean...
3, maybe.
Yeah. Anytime you get crowds, there's got to be that one guy that wants you to play Free Bird.
I mean, it's a good song.
Yeah, it is a good song.
Yeah.
I think it was written in like 1776 too, so...
Definitely.
Yeah.
1835, the Liberty Bell cracked. Again. The bell cracked during the original test and had to be recasted twice. The crack happened and repaired by John Pass and John Stowe. Do you know how much that big ringer weighed?
I'm going to say...
Just throw an elephant at me.
1.2 Nissan Versas.
Yes.
Yeah. It was like 1,000 pounds.
No. 2,080 pounds.
I was right.
That's a lot of bell, right?
That's a lot of bell.
That's a lot of bell.
Wow.
Yeah.
You know who's... I love Kristen Bell.
Yeah.
She's great.
And Alexander Graham Bell.
And Kristen Wiig.
Kristen Wiig. Yes.
Yeah.
All of these are related to the Liberty Bell.
Oh, of course. Obviously. I think Kristen Bell, her great-great-great-great-grandfather invented the bell.
Yeah.
And that's
Charlie
thus
Ringer.
She was given the name Bell. It's like, in old times, there was so many people that
There was a bell person.
There was a bell person.
That bell
You can't
person
forget
was
Alexander
a ringer.
Graham Bell
exactly. Alexander Graham
The
Bell.
inventor of the graham cracker.
And
and the phone.
Not,
bell
not
in
the,
it.
Yeah.
But that's
That's
not
okay.
the guy that did the honey, though. That's a different guy.
No,
The honey graham cracker, not same dude.
For sure.
we do need more cowbell. But
A cowbell?
so like his name is Jay Bird.
Yeah.
So somebody probably maybe
So in his-
way back in the day they had something to do with birds.
Yeah, like he watched birds.
Yep.
So that's
Right.
He just sat in the backyard. His relatives. I mean, I'm just guessing.
So my last name is Galliano.
Yes.
And I actually looked it up. And I know what it is in Old English, and I know what it is in Italian.
It's a person who watches manure.
No.
Oh.
It's worse. And the one I found from Italy was from in the 1940s. So it's got to be, my grandpa looked it up a long time ago, obviously. But it literally translates to one who lives near chickens. Like, when they came to our household, we did nothing.
Do you know what that white
were like,
stuff is on top of chicken shit?
Do you make shoes? Chicken shit.
It's just fucking chicken shit, Mike. Go.
But, do you make
So
shoes? No. Do
You weren't responsible for raising chickens or
We just
breeding
lived
them.
near them.
You were just the most important thing that your ancestors did was just happen to be nearby the chickens.
Yeah, that's it.
So if anything did happen, they could report it if they wanted to.
Right, exactly.
Chicken guardians.
But
Yeah.
if they had something else going on, they weren't going to bother.
So I guess
No,
if we
they didn't have to feed 'em or
if we
anything.
came with a chicken-based complaint, they would take it. They would probably be more willing to accept our. You know what? It's funny that you should say that. I don't know if I have any chicken in my blood, but I do know I'm 1/25th dolphin.
23andMe.
Yeah.
Don't ask to see the blowhole.
Yeah.
1970. U.S. begins nuclear test yet again at the Nevada test site. And I got to wonder, do you think this is the reason that we all have bad sinuses and allergies?
Could be.
They just blow shit up all the time out here?
All the time. Have you ever looked at it on like Google Maps?
There's like holes
Earth?
everywhere.
There's holes everywhere.
Yeah. It
We
looks
guys-
like we got smacked by...
Plus, we have plants
Meteors
from
and stuff.
all over the entire world brought here to this
Yes, they do.
world.
The red flag.
Yeah, and
Well, that's
there's-
what it's called, right?
Yeah.
Actually, yeah.
Well, there's a climate zone in the Mojave Desert that only exists in the same circumstances in like the Israel, northern Middle East, Egypt kind of area.
Yeah, sure.
So there's a collection of plants that we have no immunity to that are commonly planted over here.
Oh, I thought you
That
said planes.
aren't. Oh no, they just aren't anywhere else in America.
Really?
Yeah.
Just there, huh?
Just here.
Oh, just here.
Yeah, here in the high desert of California.
Wow.
Depending on, but here especially because this is such a tourist city, people bring them and plant them from all over the world. We have a lot of Middle Eastern and like that kind of desert nearby immigrants to this town for the same climate, and they bring plants that. That's why there's such a variety of all these low water plants here that just weren't here naturally. But like, oh, look,
Oh,
what's
you mean
in-
the palm tree?
Yeah.
and that scrubby Lion King looking bush?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, creosote bushes.
Creosote bushes, yes.
1988. Stevie Wonder announced that he would be running for mayor of Detroit in the year of 1992.
I thought that was when he came out as blind.
No. I just figure he didn't win because he couldn't see himself in the... Nah, no, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
So he ran for mayor?
Well, he's... I got to be honest. I didn't actually care to look it up, but it did advise that he announced that he would be running for mayor.
He announced, but could have pulled out.
A lot of people announced they're going to be mayor.
That's true.
I'm going to run for mayor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
John Mayer.
Mayor. 1994, a preliminary trial ruled that there was enough evidence to try O.J. Simpson.
When was this?
1994?
Dang, was that long ago?
That was way that long ago.
OJ. Where's the time gone?
The juice.
You know?
We're going to see you one day at Apple.
We're going to get you
We
on the
know
show.
where you hang out.
We're going to get you on the show.
I don't want to see you at the show. I got to be honest.
What? Yeah, that'd be great.
Dude, I bet he carries a knife. I don't want to have nothing to do with it. No. No O.J. Simpson. No.
Okay.
All right.
Phone interview.
At best. At best. Anyway,
I have a story about that too.
Tell me.
Well, you've seen the thing where basically the Bills wound up with the worst record based off of a missed kick in the last few seconds of the very last game, which caused them to get the first pick in the 1976 draft. And with their first pick, they picked O.J. Simpson, who then met his future wife in Buffalo, who he then killed, who he then got allegedly killed. Excuse me.
I got you.
Was
They were friends,
so
yeah.
had they made that kick, OJ would have never met his wife, and we would not have the Kardashians to this day. Dang it, Bills! Dang it!
I don't know. I think Kim would have got our attention sooner
Anyway.
or later.
Yeah, she does have a fat ass.
Yeah.
And Kanye.
I don't know
Hey
about that.
guys, Krista Harris.
But that's like a perfect
Galliano
example
chiming in.
of
My
how
lovely lady.
police work. The people that you're supposed to believe and trust in completely effed it up.
Is that really what happened? Though,
That's
do you
exactly
really
what
think what
happened.
happened?
That's exactly
How
what
do you
happened.
mess it up? Like, did they like pee on it? I mean,
Well,
I assume there's-
first off, they
I assume
staged
there's
the
jizz
glove.
on everything. Like, that's how you catch people.
There's a few ways.
So you know that they came up with if the glove doesn't fit, you must acquit. However, at the time of the murder, there was something about water or water weight or something.
He was on arthritis
Right.
medication that caused him to
And
swell.
he was
when
also
off.
wearing a glove as they were trying to put it on. That was
That's
also
true too. To protect the glove.
Really?
To protect the glove,
Yeah.
so he had like a
An extra
latex
layer.
glove on, and so it didn't go on all the way.
Ah.
Here's the bottom one.
He definitely had his hand in a silly position.
Yeah, there was. I don't know. There was that. The matter of fact, the lead prosecutor didn't even want the assistant prosecutor even discussing the
glove, right?
And he did it anyway, and really effed him up.
Ah, wow. I didn't know that.
But I mean, the head detective, the lead detective, he was a full blown lover of the Nazi Party.
Oh
He had
my
Nazi
God.
memorabilia all over his house when they did a search warrant.
Had said racist
so, like,
things on
everything-
record.
Yeah, I mean, he was a complete douche.
So the police
So-
department got made an example of, basically.
Pretty much, and they let
And then they
let a
took it
murderer
all
go.
out on Rodney.
Yes, that's exactly what happened. 1956. You like how I just ended that right there?
Just leave that on the table.
1956. Dick Clark first appeared as the host of American Bandstand. He went on to host a show for 31 years and made the Guinness Book of World Records for the longest running variety show in history.
Wow. We got to meet,
Wink Martindale.
yeah, Wink Martindale, and he was from, was it the Tic Tac Toe?
Tic Tac Doe.
Yes. Did you ever see that show back
Yeah, I
in
don't have a clue what you're talking
70s, right? It was actually really funny.
Oh, I just wasn't around then.
Yeah, I mean, but it was a really funny show.
1979, Voyager 2 flew past Jupiter en route
Whoops.
for interstellar space. And yes, it and Voyager 1 are still transmitting today.
That's cool. Do you know where they're at?
Yeah, they're
Out
right
there.
They're
Like on
outside
GPS?
of
the
they're-
Oort cloud?
They're out of the cloud that surrounds the solar system. So they're past Pluto and stuff now.
Wow.
And they've hit the boundary where the solar wind ends and the wind of the galaxy that we're in occurs. So they're
Wind of the galaxy?
Yeah, it's not
How
the right
could
term
there
for
possibly
it.
be wind?
Oh, yeah. it's
streams of particles like
40 miles per hour, at
moving.
least.
there might be a vacuum.
Maybe
of-
50. They have to abide by the speed limit, though.
Yeah.
You don't want to get pulled over by the Interstellar Highway Patrol.
There's got to be something like that, right?
Well, there's subatomic particles like
Han Solo.
neutrinos and stuff like that are still charged particles that may not be solid elements, so to speak, but they're still matter
Yeah.
that flows and it's detectable.
Oh, that's interesting. Okay.
1980, 7 die in a stampede to see Pope John Paul II in Brazil.
Wow.
That's what I said. Wow. Crazy what people will run for. What would you run to?
Free cake,
Free cake.
probably.
That was worth the thought that you put into it.
Yeah. Like birthday cake or like wedding
No.
cake? Like wedding cake, right?
It's got to be, yeah. I don't. Birthday cake, you could get. You go out of your way for birthday cake. It could turn out to be that Betty Crocker, weak sauce shit. I don't want to do that.
Fudgy the Whale.
What would you run to?
Chad Randall says Carl
Carvel.
Sagan's space-resistant record of the best of Earth is attached to Voyager.
Yeah, that's a deep dive. Looking up what's on that record.
Yeah.
We're not talking about Star Trek right now.
That's not.
Chad Randall is from Star Trek.
Did he do the show?
He worked. He and I
The
worked together.
Experience?
He and I worked together at Star Trek: The Experience.
Yes, he works in Star Trek: The Experience. I loved it.
That was just a joke, and that really happened?
Yeah, I got a picture with Seth Green on the bridge.
How cool
Well,
was that?
shit.
Wait, Seth Green was in that, wasn't he? He was in. He wasn't. He wasn't
He wasn't
in.
in Star Trek, but he came in to visit the Experience.
Okay, yes.
And the best story about that is Seth MacFarlane was there too, but the guy taking the picture at the time didn't know who Seth MacFarlane was. So Seth MacFarlane and Seth Green were sitting next to each other, and we were all lined up, and he goes, "No, only one in the captain's chair," and told Seth MacFarlane to move.
no!
So Seth Green's like this in the picture.
all
Nice.
smug and
yeah, all smile. Yeah, the picture's great. I'll break. I'll show it.
Yeah,
It's funny.
that's pretty funny.
Very cool.
Because he does the Orville now, and I don't know
Yeah.
if you've caught.
Orville's great.
It's a fantastic
Yeah, it's
show.
really fun. Yeah.
To me, it's basically like Star Trek with a little bit of humor thrown in. The acting sometimes can be a little rough, but they're finding their stride.
Kind of
as they go
reminds me
through.
of Galaxy Quest a little bit.
Yeah, it kind of has a Galaxy
love
Quest,
that, yeah.
but it's a really good. It actually has a lot of like deep shows.
If I want Star Trek humor,
Chad
I'll
says,
just
"Look at my profile
watch
picture." He's got something
some
on his
Next
profile.
Generation and watch Data make a joke.
Yeah,
And there's my humor. What would you run to, Jay?
1-0.
Look at me. I don't run anywhere.
Well,
Actually, but you did get a gym membership recently,
I did.
which is awesome. So
well, congratulations.
power to
very
you.
good.
I find this guy.
Yeah, I didn't
Star
have.
Trek
I didn't
meets
have a
family.
I
choice.
heard they have
Totally
a great
agree.
snack bar in there.
That's funny.
Free pizza day, free pizza Thursday.
Well, I would probably only run for a picture with Smee or maybe that crazy Mickey Mouse. And on that topic, why don't you throw out a shout to our friends at Our Diz Life?
Yes. If you're interested in anything Disney, you want to know about what's going on in Disney, definitely go to the Instagram at Our Diz Life. They're on Facebook too. They can help you with anything. All the Disney stuff. There's the web. They have a website, ourdizlife.com, which has a really awesome blog posts that go on daily. So check it out.
Absolutely. 1892, the first concrete paved street was built in Bellefontaine, Ohio.
And did you know because that street was built, we have these incredible Kicker audio headphones that we get to use in the Kicker studio?
I didn't know that.
Yes.
Preach on it.
And we're just very thankful for these Kicker headphones. Not that, we're not sellouts or anything, but
We are in the
do-
Kicker studio.
We do like Kicker headphones with Kicker headphones. Okay, continue.
We all are wearing Kicker.
So what was this about a road? Kicker headphones.
Yeah, that was a while ago. 1985, Playboy and Penthouse published nude pictures of Madonna.
What? She did nudes?
Oh, so that leads me to my next question. Have you seen them?
No. Did you know?
Yeah,
Oh,
but I didn't look.
Oh, shut up. That's just like Bill Clinton said I didn't inhale.
She
Stop
used
it.
to
I've never been interested in Madonna.
Yeah, she
What?
grosses me
Yeah.
out.
What?
Yeah.
She got like
Was.
those torpedo boobies. I don't like that.
How, and
like
how would
Madonna.
you know unless you saw them?
No, like when she
No.
in the videos, she wears those weird torpedo booby things.
Vogue.
Is that what it was on?
I don't know, bro.
But I'm like, who wants that? Nobody.
So you didn't see it?
Poke you in the eye or something. I don't know. It's just
Waz, did
I
you
was-
see him?
I was a Madonna fan, especially because
You look
Ray
like
of
one.
Light came out at like a formidable time in my
You did not
formation.
just say that you liked Ray of Light.
No, she has.
So basically, when you were growing up in
Yeah.
puberty, it came out.
Yeah, that album came out. I opened it up. There was this
Boom.
thing where she had this like sheer visible nipple situation. And I was amazed that she could be that old and still have the legs that she has when she does dancey stuff.
Well, she
working
got
the
them from
legs.
somebody else.
Well, she picked a good candidate to get them from. So yeah, it's and like when I was younger, like at the very beginning of puberty time, though, she was doing that sex book time and stuff too.
Right, right,
But then Ray of Light looked so accommodating and more open. It wasn't as scary
That's
and black.
Well, even if you bought her album, like there was a picture of her like naked in a room with all these other naked people.
And didn't she start like her own like religious thing, like Kabbalah or something? Kabbalah.
Yeah, she started
Kumbaya?
the brand new religion of Kabbalah that she invented
Yes.
around that same time. And I just found that to be like a really open, accessible, sexy, not scary Madonna. It was like post-sexy, comforty sexy.
And did you
dancer
know
legs.
She was married to Guy Ritchie. That's
One of my
crazy.
favorite Richies.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah, what do you do? He did Snatch, Blazing Saddle, not Blazing Saddles. Is that
No,
right?
not Blazing Saddles.
Lock, Stock, Two Smoking Barrels.
Right.
That's what it is. Not Blazing Saddles. That's Mel Brooks.
All right, I got two more.
Okay.
One more, and then we
Guy
get
Ritchie
to go to
also
your
did Aladdin.
stupid Kurt Russell. 1804, Vice President of the United States, Aaron Burr, mortally wounded former Secretary of Treasury Alexander Hamilton in a pistol duel.
He was the president?
Vice President.
Oh, the VP?
The VP, 1804. Do you know what caused the duel?
I want to say it had to do...
Nope, you don't have a clue. Several years of bitterness.
Imodium AD. I think somebody had a stomach ache.
And somebody got really shitty?
Yeah.
Well, there was that milk commercial. Remember the Got Milk commercial?
Got Milk.
Aaron Burr.
That's funny. So several years of bitterness, but in 1804, Hamilton got caught talking too much shit during Burr running for his candidacy for president.
For president, okay.
So I guess
So he was slandering.
Things went south, and he's like, "I challenge you to a duel," and the other dude was like, "I accept." And then they shot at each other, and one got hit, and the other didn't.
So
And
That
I
was-
think that's probably how we still run our politics and our U.S. government today.
that's how it should be run.
Metaphorically.
You should be allowed to stab a mofo. You should.
All right, are you ready?
I'm ready.
It should be a little bit more dangerous to run for office. There's very low risk of just financial risk.
Bro, consequences, right?
Yeah.
You better think about what you say about them candidates. You know, it would really change the way that all the people slander throughout the entire like pre.
Do you want to get
election
pistol
time.
dueled? Do you?
Yeah.
You want to get pistol dueled?
Yeah. I will
you better
shoot your dick off.
Support my amendment or it's dual time.
Yeah, exactly.
You used to be a Republican, weren't you?
Don't be a fool, or else we do.
That's right. That's smooth.
Right?
That's smooth.
I should run for president.
Kappa
Yeah,
rhino.
you should run for president, like
Just like that.
against Trump.
I could. I'd win.
All right, 1981, Escape from New York, directed by John Carpenter and starring that one guy, premiered in the U.S. And here's your opportunity. Go. Talk about your thing.
All right. So we were talking about Kurt Russell, and you brought up
How
easily
shitty of an actor
one
he
of his
is.
most iconic roles, Snake Plissken.
Yeah.
I mean, Escape from New York was not only was that movie like
Trash.
mind-bendingly awesome.
What?
Escape from LA was also just as mind-bendingly awesome. And Escape from New York also had Chris Isaac in it.
Oh.
Pretty cool. Who
That's the
turned out
only
to
thing
be
that
the chef.
saved it.
What? Kurt Russell? Oh, what about Tombstone?
That's like
Come
the
on.
only thing
That's an
he
ensemble
had.
cast.
Yeah, I was
What do you
gonna
mean
say
it's an ensemble cast?
It's an
what does that
ensemble
even
cast.
mean?
It means more than one. That's why the movie was great.
There's more than one person in every movie.
and the movie was great.
You know what I mean.
The movie was great.
movie was great.
And you're wrong.
About what?
There are lots of people in the movie, but you knew what he meant, you jackass.
Yeah, because what movie is good because of Kurt Russell?
Just Kurt Russell.
Yeah.
Escape from New York, Escape from LA, Overboard.
No, Overboard's a good movie?
Yes!
What?
The reboot was just as shitty as the original.
What? I
He
love
said
the first one.
Overboard's good. Okay.
Dude, it was good.
You lost your mind.
Big Trouble in Little China.
Agreed.
That movie's amazing.
Agreed. I give you one movie.
Kurt Russell's acting's about as exciting as watching paint dry.
Okay,
Agreed.
But it's
So-
cool to see his face. I like seeing him. I'm like, oh, it's Kurt. Hey, buddy, what's up? But it's not like I think he's
It's
good at
nice
stuff.
to see him not dead, maybe.
so who would you take?
Who would you take?
Greatest
what?
actor.
Oh, we're going back to this. Is your buddy still on?
The
Because
remake
this
of,
is all-
remake of The Thing. Remake of The Thing, he says.
I don't
Maybe
even know
top
what
three
that
That
is.
was actually
actors,
really good.
Because
Yeah.
one great.
I'm gonna steal a Mad Mike answer and say Sylvester Stallone,
Thank you. Thank you.
just so I can get out of this conversation.
Okay.
What he knows.
No,
What did I
that's
always used to
bullshit.
say?
Because
Adequately
now
played.
you're going to bring us into a whole new one.
What did
though.
I always used to say during the RCS shows? WWSSD.
What would Sylvester Stallone do?
He's a terrible actor as well.
I tore him up as a script thief
The name
last
is Jack
episode.
Burton.
So
Yeah. Chad says he even knows the name from Big Trouble in Little China.
Well,
Jack
of course. Yeah. I mean, I own it. I enjoy it. I watched it not too long ago. I'm not going to lie.
Burton. Probably spanked to it.
convicted
I mean,
plagiarist
it's
Sylvester Stallone.
But
But
yeah,
that's one out of 1,000 movies
Yeah.
that he's
Yeah,
made.
come on.
Yeah.
It's-
Guardians of the Galaxy. He was just in that.
was awesome.
He destroyed
Horrible
it.
in that.
He
What?
destroyed
He was
it.
horrible in
I
that.
loved him in that.
Anybody could have
I didn't even
farted
buy
and
him
did
in that
better.
role. I just thought he was terrible.
It was a terrible.
He was the only reason I walked into that movie theater.
Stop it now. That's bullshit.
No, that Marvel label on it's why you. Walked
That's
out
why
on
you
that.
walked
It's
in.
okay.
That's why. Yeah, I guess had he'd been in a DC movie, I guess you could have probably been like, pass.
Yeah.
I see it.
But okay, Christopher Walken,
There you go. Fine actor.
right? You can't say anything wrong. You can say nothing bad about Christopher Walken.
I don't know. Well, the thing is, you absolutely can.
What?
Because he doesn't have a lot of variety from role to role. But I think Christopher Walken is extremely likable. Just because whatever role he does, he does.
The only
it
problem
pleasing.
now with Christopher Walken is he's become a parody of himself.
Yes.
Yeah. But
He imitates a great impression of Christopher Walken.
Walken, yeah.
And it's so likable, but it doesn't mean that it's skilled.
But he did the Rundown. That was great. He was great in the Rundown. Batman. He was it the first Batman or the second Batman? I don't remember. Second Batman, wasn't it?
Second Batman.
Second Batman. He doesn't even remember it. He's a huge Batman fan. And he
No.
doesn't remember Christopher Walken.
I don't either.
He
Jeez.
plays Catwoman's boss, and she
don't
pushes him
remember.
out the window.
I remember that, but I don't remember.
So,
I
Nicole
don't.
Kidman comment?
That's what her name was.
Yeah.
Nicole Kidman, who was married to Tom Cruise,
Nicole Kidman was killer.
who is gonna make another Edge of Tomorrow movie, which I think is super awesome. If you haven't seen it, it's an amazing movie. But
I haven't.
and also Tom Cruise is.
I'll tell you what I have
Whatever
watched
you-
just so we can quit
you think
talking
about
about
his
Kurt
religion.
Russell and all that other ignorant
Tom
shit.
Cruise is an amazing actor.
Stranger Things 3 is amazing.
It really is, and we're not done, and we're not going to talk.
We're-
We're not going to spoil anything.
we're
Yeah, because you need a
currently-
separate show for all the Stranger Things talk that you guys have.
Yes, but man, they do. It's
We're
the
on
show is.
episode 5.
I got 2 left.
You got 2
6.
left. Man, can I just say the one thing I will say is I loved their use of Billy. I was
Oh,
glad to
yeah.
see him back in season 3, and I also thought it was really cool they found a way to add a couple Sean Austin.
Yeah, I was going to say,
appearances.
Sean comes back.
Yeah,
That's cool.
I
I
thought that
don't
was
think he's
cool.
going to come back again, but
probably not. So Chad Randall has said one of my favorite quotes from Big Trouble in Little China. Egg Shen, the old wizard dude sitting in the restaurant. We take what we want and leave the rest, just like your salad bar.
Chad, let it go. That's my favorite quote.
Let it go.
I love that movie, actually. Like, I'd love to say...
I hate Kurt Russell.
But I love...
that movie.
He's
only the star.
Well, yeah, but in that one alone.
I think that movie's
He's-
more known for its writing,
Okay,
though.
what's the
Yeah,
name
I was
of
going
that?
to say that's
what's the
probably
name
because of a
Sylvester
good actor.
Stallone's
That was a...
arm wrestling movie?
Over the top.
Over the Top. He made arm wrestling cool. You've got to be a good actor to do that. He made
Sylvester
arm
Stallone?
wrestling cool. Yeah.
Over the Top?
And then you've got Jean-Claude Van Damme. He made the splits cool.
That dude couldn't act either. Why are you bringing
What?
up actors that can't act?
Time Cop.
Oh, Jesus
Time Cop.
Christ.
Time Cop, honestly, should probably win some type of an award for most amazing movie ever made that nobody cared
Bloodsport is the
about.
best Van Damme movie of all time.
Which one?
Bloodsport.
Oh, yeah.
I agree.
Bloodsport.
I agree.
Amazing, yeah.
Oh, I hate doing that.
See?
I hate it.
Oh, he's such a fucking shitty actor. Oh, I love that one,
that's a
though.
good movie.
That's a
He
good
has-
one. That's a good one.
He had just one season, and it didn't get renewed, which is really unfortunate. But he had one season of on Amazon called like Jean-Claude Van Damme, where he plays himself.
Yeah.
It's an amazing.
John
It's really
Carpenter.
funny, right? It actually was pretty good. I do recommend checking it out if you got it. Jeff Duffield, Bloodsport. Yeah, Bloodsport's amazing.
So Big Trouble in Little
And
China was
Lionheart.
also a John
I like
Carpenter
Lionheart.
movie.
Yeah, it's on that John Carpenter tip, so you
And
can't really blame the
he's
actors
getting
for
ready to
being
do
good.
something, actually. What did he just get
You know,
pegged
there's
to do?
also talk of maybe one more Nightmare on Elm Street with the Robert Englund.
Let's see if I can...
Have you heard that?
Yeah, because the other guy didn't work out.
It was good though.
No, it was not.
It was okay. It wasn't Robert Englund, but the story, the plot, like it was okay.
There's some parts that can be replaced.
That's
but
what it is.
Not Robert Englund.
John Carpenter is currently writing a horror Joker comic book for DC, which I have to say is pretty cool.
That guy's staying
He's done
busy.
a lot.
That's
Thing,
a prolific
crickets.
dude.
Thing,
Have
Halloween,
you seen the Joker
Escape
trailer?
from New York.
No.
Yeah.
What do you think?
John
It's a
Carpenter did
DC
Escape from
movie.
New
What
York.
do you think I think? Dumb Comics, DC. That's what it stands for.
It's really weird.
Like John Carpenter's
it's
going to give it a chance,
really
though. That's a
weird.
powerful writer.
Prince of Darkness. He did a lot of good stuff, actually.
Imagine the soundtrack too. John Carpenter on that soundtrack tip.
He was big on the soundtrack.
Yeah.
Big Trouble in Little China, 1986.
Yeah.
That was him. Assault on Precinct 13. I didn't see that. Ghosts of Mars, 2001.
Yeah, none of us saw that.
Vampires. You guys remember Vampires? That
Yep.
was 98. That was actually pretty good.
If you look up Paul Casey Productions, we actually did a tribute to John Carpenter as an event, and there's like a whole reel celebrating some of his
Radio
movie posters
Vegas
and stuff.
Rocks will be a part of the Halloween show this year.
It's going to be so great. This is a great thing to mention because the Halloween parade has moved from Fremont to Main Street now. So it's involving the Radio Vegas Rocks. It's involving one of my favorite businesses in town, Rebar, and all the cool stuff going on
Very
in Main Street and the cross streets, Charleston. That whole area that's also known for First Friday and the Arts District is going to be a great place to blow up the Halloween parade this year. It's going to be amazing.
He did the Philadelphia experiment. John
SinCityHalloween.com is where you'd follow up on that, just FYI. SinCityHalloween.com.
Sin City Halloween. Now, you're a big Halloween guy. Huge. You always do a party. You're going to do a party this year?
Yep.
Yeah, it's coming back.
So, do you remember? It happened to him like 2 years in a row. Dino Mike showed up. The first time was it in Spider-Man, and somebody else was dressed just like Spider-Man.
No, it was a Joker.
The Joker, and somebody was dressed just like the Joker. So the next year he's like, okay, I'm gonna pick somebody just clever, and I happened to bring a buddy, and my buddy decided to dress as Rorschach from The Watchmen. I'm sitting here and I'm talking to my buddy who's dressed as Rorschach when Dino Mike walks in and sees him. They look at each other. And Mike goes, "You gotta be fucking kidding me!" And it turns around and walks out. I almost lost it. 2 years in a row, you show up to the same party and have somebody wearing the exact same costume as you.
Well, the Joker one I had set up. Mike didn't know that till later.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
I told my other friend Mike, I go, yeah, you should do it. And my other friend was like, yeah, I'm thinking about going as a Joker from the new Batman movie. I go, that'd be awesome. And I knew both of them were coming out. So I didn't say anything.
That was so awesome. I'd love to try to find a way to do it to him again, but
Man, you guys remember that Halloween where literally every other person was Heath Ledger's Joker?
That's the one that Mike was
Halloween
going
was
as.
so
yeah.
annoying, yeah. There's just Jokers everywhere.
The Office did actually a spoof on that when they had a Halloween party and Creed showed up as Joker. So did Kevin, and then it showed Dwight decided to dress up as a Joker. Though. Hilarious. Hey, just doing a comedy show. Charlene Law. That's the moms, actually. It's the moms checking in on me, making sure her son. Speaking, are we done? Oh, you're done with History's Mysteries, right?
I am.
Let's go and do. Let's pay some bills really quick, and then we're going to come back to an incredible news story.
Hello, everybody. This is DJ Fade from Faded and Elevated, and I am so excited to talk to you guys about Deluxe Cleaning Service. Yeah, that's right. Miss Blanca Lopez, she is the cat's meow, y'all. She comes to your house. She comes to your office. She comes wherever you need her to go, and she cleans that sucker up like it's never been cleaned before. Yeah, that's right. She will come absolutely anywhere. Wherever you need her, she's there to keep you clean and the deluxe way.
What is Jesse Ray's Barbecue? Well, it's a tiny, unassuming place with a modest menu of platters, sandwiches, and house-made sauces. Located at 5611 South Valley View, by the smell alone, you're gonna know you're in the right place. Come try the award-winning slow-smoked ribs, chicken, pulled pork, hot links, and brisket. The sauce is also something to talk about, as you will want to eat it with every bite. Here's a tip. Their sauces are available for purchase. When people ask you, how do you like Jesse Ray's Barbecue? You'll say, like most people I know, I don't like it, I love it. Jesse Ray's Barbecue is 100% legit. Stop on by for a meal that will satisfy your barbecue-loving lips. Mention RadioVegas.rocks for 10% off your order. Jesse Ray's, located at 5611 South Valley View on the corner of Valley View and Russell. Come in, take a bite, find out why they're so award-winning.
Hey Las Vegas, are you tired of the grind of the busy Las Vegas Strip and lifestyle? Do you feel like you need to get away to an island retreat without ever really leaving town? The Golden Tiki Bar. It's located at 3939 Spring Mountain Road. You can rumble in the sand of what it seems like a lost hideaway with hot Treasure Island girls, amazing drinks, tiki gods who will be smiling down upon you. The Golden Tiki offers a multitude of experiences. It's open 24 hours a day. It's located right in the heart of Chinatown. It's 3939 Spring Mountain Road. It's the Golden Tiki Bar.
You're listening to Two Clueless Dudes with Mad Mike and the Hank.
Hey, we are back and we are live, and we've got that photo of Seth Green sitting in the chair. Hopefully you guys can see that. Bring it down. There we go.
Yeah, perfect.
There he is. And what you can't see is Seth MacFarlane sitting off to the side.
With a scowl on his face.
Yeah, really upset because he's a huge Star Trek fan. And there's a good old Jay Bird, the Asian guy. Yeah, that's Jay. And there's good old Seth just chilling.
And he's got his arms behind his head because he was like, yeah, Seth MacFarlane got kicked out of the captain's chair.
Yeah, because Seth was the one Family Guy.
Yeah.
Seth does one of the voices for Family Guy.
He writes too, right?
Yeah, Seth Green.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, it's like his show.
Yeah.
He does a bunch of the voices and is the main creator.
Seth Green? Or MacFarlane?
MacFarlane.
Yeah, MacFarlane does.
Seth Green does. I forgot he does one of the voices too.
Yeah, he does. Doesn't he do?
It's the teenage son.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot his name. You know,
I can't remember his name either.
your
That's so
chat's
weird.
gonna get the name. That's gonna happen.
Yeah. I
Chad's
don't know.
like, yes, there it is, man.
There it is, man. Yeah, I just saw that.
Yeah, that's true. There it is. All right, so I told you I had an incredible story, and you maybe even talked about this because it was so far, it's so out there. But an Oklahoman man had uranium, whiskey, and a rattlesnake in a stolen car at time of arrest. How?
I'm texting. I'm sorry. What did you say?
That's like that game they put up on Facebook. Like, you buy 3 things at Walmart and put it down on the conveyor belt.
Yeah. Like, where do
uranium, rattlesnake,
and whiskey.
and whiskey.
So, whiskey, okay, sure, that makes sense. A rattlesnake, are you out of your goddamn mind? Uranium.
Pet rattlesnake.
It was a pet rattlesnake.
Yeah, it's a pet rattlesnake.
It was his automotive rattlesnake. It rides in the car. It had its
Where
own cage.
in the hell in Oklahoma do you just find uranium?
Oh.
Is there like a uranium store in Oklahoma that I don't know about?
Yeah, I mean, you just
It
go
was
digging
just a
in the
little
creek.
enough. It was just a little enough amount they can't prosecute him for it, and they use it for hunting. That's what it said in the article.
Really, a canister of radioactive uranium.
It's like tannerite. It
You
only
hunt
gives
with
a bigger bright.
radioactive uranium?
Yeah.
What on
Apparently
earth are you
snakes,
trying
like,
to
love
kill?
it.
The thing?
It's not enough to kill, just enough to get excited. It's get the snakes all
Yeah.
horny.
Who are you attacking? Chernobyl?
No, you're not attacking anything. You're seducing.
Yeah.
The uranium gets the snakes horny,
It's like
right?
an aphrodisiac.
Yeah. That's what I thought.
So's eating pufferfish, and I'm good.
This should be double checked.
Can I stick it up uranium?
Well, can I?
Well, can I? I'm just kind of surprised that so he stole the car, obviously.
Right.
And was the stuff already in the car?
No, it was his stuff.
It was his stuff.
Yeah, he admitted to all of it.
Wow. Did he say why he stole the car at least?
I guess he needed to get around, Mike.
Get his uranium somewhere, obviously. He had a bomb to build.
Got to get around.
I mean,
Yeah,
Oklahoma.
Back to the Future. Got to get the
Oklahoma's-
DeLoreans moving.
That was plutonium.
Oh, that was plutonium. Oh, that's right.
Very witty.
What a quick
Very
correction
witty.
there.
Yeah. Yes.
Very
Good.
Nerd alert.
Nerd.
It's a completely different isotope, you guys. Come on.
Iso what?
Uranium's a precursor, and then plutonium is what you usually have left over from the breeder reactors that we use for the power. Plutonium is what you use for the bombs. Uranium's not refined enough.
So that's the
So
same
there.
thing with gasoline and diesel. Ish.
Okay.
Yeah.
It seems that we're talking about things like uranium. I think now is a good time to talk about, I'm sure you've also talked about this, the mass conglomeration of individuals that are super intent on being mowed down at Area 51.
Oh, yeah. Oh.
Right?
400,000 so far.
470,000 people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And climbing. And
They
they've
can't get us all. That's my favorite
Yeah,
quote.
they can't get us all.
I actually got a story about it.
Let's hear it.
All right, here we
Lay
go.
it on me.
So it's far less than
Also
what
start
you
Kurt
guys
Russell.
said, but more than 280,000 people have already declared that they will be attending a Facebook event later this year called Storm Area 51. They can't stop all of us. What happens if this joke event actually goes ahead is anyone's guess. Maybe they'll find Roswell's alien hanging out with Elvis or Tupac. Maybe they'll
Possible.
discover the film set where the moon landings were staged, or maybe they'll all get stopped. I think if they get stopped, they'll get shot because have you seen the guns, the signs that
There's-
say no trespassing,
serious.
authorized killer, blah, blah, blah. All right.
Yeah, they're serious.
If I were a betting man, I'd probably put my money on the latter. After all, Area 51 is furiously guarded by an army of so-called camo dudes whose sole purpose in life seems to be to keep trespassers out of the top secret military base.
To hurt you. Hurt you bad.
They will. Ironically, it's located just 80 miles from Las Vegas, where there are a lot of betting men. Scheduled for 3 a.m. on September 20, the
Wow.
raid has been organized with one mission in mind, to see them aliens.
Well, I'm out immediately. 3 a.m. That's just way too early for me.
Yeah, I'll be catching Z's. You guys got to understand
Bro,
Pacific
that's-
time. I mean, that's really. If
3
you're, like,
in the
if you're
morning is my
East
critical
Coast,
thinking time. Okay.
If you're East Coast, do you know how late that is? Like, you're totally gonna miss work.
Yeah.
There's no way for you to get back to the East Coast.
There's no way.
Yeah.
3
You gotta-
3 a.m. That's
you got to
ridiculous.
think about that. All right, so scheduled for 3 a.m. on September 20th, the raid has been organized with one mission in mind, to see them aliens. In order to get past security, attendees have come up with a plan to outrun any bullets that may greet them by copying the running style of an anime cartoon character called... you're going to have to help.
Naruto.
Naruto.
Yeah, there you go. I'm disappointed you know that. Why do you know?
My brother used to love that show, I think.
Oh, okay.
It's the
I
best
mean,
way
not,
to
not
run.
that it's a bad thing. I mean, I know you
Got a
just-
Naruto run. I run that way. I do my shopping that way.
I believe it.
That's awesome.
Push the shopping cart with my belly.
Even if anyone was able to get access to the base, they'd still have a pretty hard time knowing where to look for the cryogenical frozen aliens, given that Area 51 spans over 2.9 million acres.
I just figured everything would be nicely labeled.
Oh, totally. Like
know.
Hangar A, aliens here.
Yeah.
Hangar B, flying saucer from Roswell, New Mexico here.
Because they've got to get confused too. It's so big.
Yeah, I mean, shit. You don't want to put that in Braille.
Yeah, exactly.
That's dumb.
They're like,
what goes on inside the perimeter?
Where's the
is
Loch Ness
highly-
monster?
Oh,
Oh, it's
that thing's
between the
dead by now.
walking, talking dog and the giraffe that farts into whoopee cushions. It's in between. and that's how you know.
These are all government things.
Don't question it.
He
We'll
was-
be here all night.
He was your friend first.
I know. I don't take ownership to that.
Oh my God.
You adopted him.
No, I was just told I'm doing a show with him. I didn't know. I
no
didn't
idea.
know.
Become his caretaker.
Next thing you know, I'm being invited over. I didn't have a clue. I was eating fucking steak. What goes on inside the perimeter is highly classified, although the official story is that the base, which forms part of the Nevada Test and Training Range, is an Air Force training center. It has also hosted a large number of nuclear weapon tests, but is most famously said to be the site where the UFO that supposedly crashed at Roswell in 1947 is being kept, along with its alien pilot.
It's a recruitment ploy, right? Isn't this just to get a bunch of people to join the Air Force?
Well, here's the thing. I really is this kind of sad to me. I kind of really do hope that they go through with this plan, and you know,
because
and
they're
there
going
are
to
casualties.
expend a ton of ammo.
Well, I'm just thinking, can you imagine how many jobs that's going to free up?
Oh yeah,
You know what I mean? You could probably start the housing market.
Mike, these
so
people don't
cheap.
have jobs.
They're not helping nobody, no how.
And they're from California or New York.
Right? Yeah.
Nobody intelligent is coming to Area 51.
If they're around to plan this, they don't have jobs.
They don't have jobs.
Nobody intelligent is going to
They're
go
too busy
up.
watching Naruto.
That's kind of funny.
Oh, Keisha says happy birthday, Jay.
Thank you.
That's it. I don't have anything else for the story.
Join the Air Force, you guys. You storm Area 51. There's going to be free bottled water. There's going to be pamphlets. There's going to be people with clipboards.
Yeah.
Before they storm, though, they have to go to the little Alien Inn Cafe.
Yeah.
Because that place
And put on their ponchos.
That place is creepy, and the woman that runs it is creepy.
And there's a strip club there.
Yeah, I'm sure there is.
No. There
Where
is? Outside of that, I mean, you got to go through it to go to Reno, right? That part
That's
of
where you
Gene?
see the Latin woman with the green paint.
But it's where the Area 51 thing, and there's boobs.
Yeah.
I didn't go in because I was with Keisha.
Saucers, they call them.
Oh, saucers.
So, how about this? Everybody knows about Jeffrey Epstein, right?
Oh yeah, who's that?
He's super
Pedo?
rich guy, but he turned out to be a pedophile.
Well, like a
So like Elon Musk,
dealer
but
of-
not a Tesla owner.
Yeah.
Like the Kingpin.
yeah. Trafficker.
He actually today, this happened today, in an attempt to strike a deal that would allow him to stay out of jail while he awaits trial, alleged sex trafficker Jeffrey Epstein, that's right, he was a sex trafficker. That's even worse. Jeffrey Epstein offered the U.S. Attorney's Office in Manhattan a prospective bail package Friday that included his child pornography collection valued at $32 million.
Ew, why does it have a cash value?
Yeah. In
how
exchange
does
for
that
permission
happen?
to stay.
Because there's probably some really good famous kids in it.
Yeah, exactly. In exchange
they've
for
been trying
permission
to
to
keep
stay
it.
at his residence in the Upper East Side, my client is presenting as collateral a truly incredible catalog containing some of the finest child porn available anywhere on the market today, said the convicted sex offender's lead attorney, Reed Weingarten. Adding that the one-of-a-kind collection of images and videos of underage children being sexually exploited was expertly curated and contained a great deal of rare, highly sought-after content.
Oh, God, like it's a museum piece or like a Spotify playlist?
Yes.
And it, quote,
Third floor, best photos.
we trust this will prove more than sufficient to secure his release on bail, considering any sophisticated collector of pedophilic items would jump at the chance
Here's a picture of Corey
to
Haim's
bid,
butthole.
exactly, to bid on his materials.
Finally.
Seriously, this is high-end stuff.
High end.
That's what it says.
How are you framing it this way?
It should have been back in, let's go back to the chocolate butthole thing. Like, I wonder how much it cost and how many buttholes do you get in?
We should call Jeffrey Epstein. He probably would know.
Like this cash value has
And
like
is it milk chocolate? Is it dark chocolate? Like, is dark
Does
chocolate
it
like a
have
bad
nuts
thing?
in it?
Yeah.
It's like an
Is it like a
exchange rate.
Snickers? I don't know.
Can you pay someone in butthole chocolates?
Oh, good question.
Yeah.
Depends on what kind of chocolate you use.
Yeah, that's true.
And is one chocolate better than the other? Like,
Yeah.
is if one hole's bigger than the other, like, are you a bad person or?
All I know
Toblerone.
is
You know, it's none of my business. You
Don't
just
hit me
keep
with
going.
an
Just
almond
keep-
joy. That's all I'm
Just
saying.
keep going.
let's see here. So many of the subjects depicted are as young as 12, and they've been shot by some of the world's most celebrated child pornographers, including the recently indicted R. Kelly. At press time, sources confirmed Epstein had changed his mind and rescinded the offer after a period of soul searching, during which he realized he valued the illicit images far more than his personal freedom. So he has rescinded the offer.
I'd be like, you're going to jail, and we're going to take those images from you anyway. So we're going to see them eventually.
And all your
But-
chocolate buttholes are gone too.
I have to say though, to almost give up one of your most prized possessions.
Yeah, I mean,
that shows you how much you
kicking and
kind of don't
screaming.
want to go to jail.
Yeah.
You know.
That high selling though, there's a lot of like real like high art language with.
Right, there was a lot going on there.
It's pretty gross.
Oh, and here's something else that completely will blow your mind. You know the fight that happened at
You already
Disneyland?
did. Oh yeah. The fight at Disneyland about the family who couldn't get along, so the dude smacks everybody. And
Everybody,
then smacks
his whole
mom.
family.
That fight was amazing.
Yeah.
Did you know when
That
the
was all
police
CG
got them,
That was all CGI.
they told the police they never fought at all. And the police had to let them go
That's correct.
because the video footage didn't come out until hours later
Right.
when they get busted. And now they're all pressing charges now. But they straight up, and nobody would
Sell
fess
them
up
out,
to-
yeah.
nobody would sell them out. This dude
So
just
you-
beat
you
up
gotta-
3 women.
You got to understand, in the law enforcement world, this happens all the time.
Dude, that's unbelievable.
You know, they had a little bit of time to cool off, and now everything's cool, like legit cool, even though people got knocked the
The
fuck
police
out.
officer should have looked at the lady and said, "Did he tell you not to say this?" And then she should be like, "Bitch, he already told me twice."
And I'm a sister.
I'm the sister.
Yeah, I mean, you wouldn't believe it if I told you, but it actually happens quite a bit.
That's because that's what I forgot. You were
I was a
mall
pig.
cop.
I was a pig. No, I was not a mall cop.
You were Paul Blart.
I had a gun
You did?
and a badge
Pew pew pew, like one of those kinds.
and handcuffs.
Really?
Yeah,
Like the furry ones.
that's none of your fucking business.
So, but did you like being a cop though? Like,
You know what? There was some times where it was really cool. Being able to have the ability to make an arrest or the ability to save people's lives.
Steal free drugs.
I didn't do that until I got into security. But it feels good when you save somebody's life, and it's happened.
yeah, you've saved somebody's life.
Yeah.
Like
By
from
taking
like
their drugs.
From taking, I took their drugs, and I was like, "Well, it's gonna save somebody's life."
like a meth
Hey,
head,
dispatch up to date.
something like a little old lady crossing the street right as like a meth head's cart weans out of control coming down a hill and almost takes her out, and you dive and like push her out of the way, and you take the brunt of the meth head cart.
Have you watched the news?
What? No, is that a thing?
I didn't
Is
know.
meth head
Like,
carts like a thing?
I just thought that maybe you knew that's what I received accommodation for,
I would believe
or
it.
not accommodation.
You got
Accreditation.
Yeah, that.
He got the police version of a
I've
Purple Heart.
received a lot of accommodations.
Disabilities accommodations.
I need help in a lot of ways.
Oh, you know what? Seeing how Keisha Marie Brown is on right now,
Okay.
I want to say that when I took
You're a
this
dick.
man,
Why would you bring that up?
when I took this man,
I love you.
To go
I love
look
you,
at-
babe. And don't you listen to a thing Mike's gonna say. However,
all I'm saying is I
will
didn't
admit,
know.
I will admit. Let me take the words out of your mouth. I will admit that Mike and Krista had nothing to do with the purchase of my Can-Am Riker.
we did not. We did not.
And
but
I'm
it is
sorry.
it is cool
Officially, babe, I'm sorry, and
Purchase
I
of
love
what?
though. It is cool. He bought a tricycle basically,
you. A reverse tricycle.
a reverse tricycle.
yeah.
But it doesn't have a manual, so really it's a 3-wheeled scooter.
It's like a big wheel. It's a reverse big wheel.
Yeah. And
fucking
he'll be
hate you,
happy to
dude.
know he didn't drive it today because he saw clouds in the sky and it scared him. And he decided to not drive, so I had to go get him today. So I'm proud of you for almost going and making it to my house.
Like, did you get this as like a plan to be like your main vehicle, or like a toy?
And can we fucking get off the subject? Because I got grounded.
On that note,
I just now got to sleep in my own bed, dude. I've been sleeping on the couch for a week.
At least you didn't get a motorcycle. I mean, it might as well. Never mind. It's the same thing.
Yeah. Let's go ahead and
let's
pay some bills.
I like that.
Pay some bills.
Let's get off the topics.
Dude wipes.
True. A guy one time, he pulled his pants down and bent over and spread his cheeks.
What did the 5 minutes look like before that? Like, how did he just lead up to that?
He was proposing.
I was sitting there talking to his mother.
Dude wipes.
Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Wait a minute.
And
what?
he did it in front of me and his mother.
And his mother?
It's just crazy.
Oh.
Yeah.
Dude wipes.
Crying because his butthole was so big. But that's another story.
Oh my God.
Wait a minute. Whoa.
Wait a minute. You can't leave that hanging out there.
Pause.
He's got a big butthole, but we'll talk about it later.
Right back to you, Jay.
Yeah.
Dude wipes.
Was it clean at least?
No.
Whoa.
I think that's why it looked big. It was brown, full of junk. Yeah, it's nasty.
Oh.
Yeah.
Not even Manscaped?
He just got shit flips.
Are you saying what he needed
falling
was
He was
all
like,
over the place.
I don't know.
Are you saying what he needed was some dude
Dingleberries.
wipes?
He was
all
a
over the place.
teenager, and I told her, I said, I don't think his butthole's that big. I think it was just crap. She started crying.
You see some dude wipes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Proud
definitely.
sponsor.
Get the address.
Yeah.
Ship him out a case of dude wipes.
Y'all, I'm so sorry. I always send the stories in the wrong direction.
No,
It's quite all right.
what other direction could you send it?
Right.
I'm intrigued.
Yeah.
Clearly.
Dude wipes.
Some guy bent over and showed me his dirty butthole.
Yeah. Someone's got a mic drop. Someone's got a sound drop now.
Dude wipes.
Dude wipes. Exactly.
Wipes.
That's their new commercial. I'm gonna cut it tomorrow. Make sure it happens.
Yeah, you got to.
I got a new Dude Wipes commercial for you. Yeah, let me hear it. Dude Wipes. The guy bent over and showed me his dirty butthole.
Dude wipes.
Dude Wipes.
The guy got naked in the Rock Comedy Show. Dude wipes.
My mind's eye keeps remember. I don't want to.
DudeProducts.com.
Hey everyone, it's your buddy Crazy J back again to tell you about Angel Wax. We've been telling you about it for a while now. This product is absolutely amazing. Our boy Tommy Davis, the man behind Angel Wax, he has been working hard for you. He has been on tour, he has been traveling, he's done car shows, he's done conventions. He is spreading the gospel of Angel Wax, and it's working. A lot of people are getting into it. They love it. Those car enthusiasts that are spending their weekends detailing it like crazy, love it. If you want to outshine the rest of the cars on the road, the best way to do that is by getting some Angel Wax. Let Tommy Davis know that RadioVegas.rocks sent you to him to try this amazing product. Angel Wax, get in on it today.
Are you tired of Mexican places that use store-bought salsa on their food? Then you need to come on down to Pinch's Tacos. Not only is everything delicious, but it's fresh. There is steam coming up off the tortillas. And with a full bar, you can make a Cinco de Mayo any time of the year. Make sure you order one of their blood orange margaritas and mention Radio Vegas and get a free Gringo Taco.
Gringo Taco.
That's right, a free Gringo Taco. So come on down to Pinch's Tacos where there's no wall between you and authentic Mexican flavor. Gringo Taco offer only good at 9205 West Russell Road.
Boom.
Ooh, welcome back to Two Clueless Dudes.
Thank you. Thank you. You're too kind. It's all right.
They love us.
Relax.
Mike, they love us.
They love us.
Holy shit.
Too much.
Whoa.
It's too much. It's too much. Thank you.
Wow.
Okay.
Woo. Dude, you even had the Ellen DeGeneres, like you told him to stop, and they... That was cool.
Ronnie Baker. Ronnie Baker has come in and said, you're going to be like Lloyd and Harry off Dumb and Dumber, riding it. Yeah.
Just let it go, man.
Just let it go.
Just let it go.
I don't know how you go and do something like that and totally redeem yourself.
Great
The
movie.
best movie ever. So, Pretty Bird. Harry,
Pretty Bird.
I took care of it. You sold our dead bird to a blind kid? Yeah.
I would do that too, though. Like if I could get a nickel out of it, it'd be cool.
It was great. It was a great movie. So we had a guest on a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, we did. Greg and Silent Guy.
Yes.
Greg and Silent
Greg and Silent Guy. Merrick, right?
Tom
Bombadil. And they came on, and we had challenged them to do a video for us.
Yes, we did.
And if we liked the video, we would, in kind, create a video in response.
Guess what happened? Guess.
You did it.
We like it.
We liked the video.
We like it.
We liked Greg Merrill and Merrick's video.
Yes.
It was fantastic.
Ridiculous.
And it's
That's
them
right up our alley.
challenging us
It's right up our
to
alley.
a tag team wrestle match.
We're in.
And what we're going to do the second we are off the air, I am going to post that video onto Clueless Dudes and on my personal Facebook
And to mine.
profile and to Phil's. That way everyone can see it. And then in a few days' time, we will then air
our response.
That's
great, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we challenge any and all listeners, if you send us a video of any kind, and then if it is decent, we will respond in kind, in similar fashion. So be
Within
creative,
a reasonable amount of time.
have fun. Yeah, try to keep it around 2 minutes. And I don't want to see any one-eyed willies, okay?
Nothing from Epstein's collection.
No
either.
one-eyed willies, yeah. No chocolate buttholes. And nothing from Epstein's $32 million collection. $32 million in child porn.
That's still, I want to know how they got that
That's
number.
not a real number.
I want to know
It
how
really
they got
is.
that
That's
number.
a real number.
How does that?
That whole article, yeah, it's a real number,
Well, see,
but I don't think it relates
this is
to
the
that
thing.
at all.
It's just
I think
like you
a
can
made-up
grade.
number.
You can grade a comic, right? You can grade a comic to increase or decrease its value. They probably have professionals that watch the child porn and then grade it. What? Right? Yeah. They probably grade like the definition, the quality.
If that thing's worth $32 million, there's some pretty interesting people in that book.
Well, you know the dark web, so I'm confident the dark web you could get you some.
That's how you evaluate. It's just establishing
Oh, I
the
have no
value.
idea.
Yeah,
I've
but
never.
If you go on the dark web to find it, then you're going to get in trouble for child porn.
It's a whole loop of
I
us
actually had a
trying to get you in
friend
trouble.
arrested for child pornography. I totally forgot about
Probably
that.
wouldn't have brought that up.
I know. I did though. Dale. His name Dan. His name was Dan Sivertson. And
Yeah,
he
give
worked
us
with
all
me.
the info.
I totally am.
What's his social?
Was this a false arrest? Is that why you're able to do
No. He was, but this is the thing.
Is he still locked up?
I don't know. This is the thing.
Well,
You
he's
should
coming
call
after
him.
you now.
I hung out with him when I was like, from like 16 to like 18. We worked together at Hobbytown, USA. And then I left for other jobs and I kind of lost touch with them. I show up to Hobbytown, USA like 5 years later. And I'm like, hey, where's Dan? And like, oh, you didn't know? He got arrested for child pornography. I'm like, oh. Exactly. And I haven't heard or seen from him since.
That's good.
But
Well, you
apparently it
will
had something
now.
to do with pictures of like his niece or something. It was really weird stuff. So, hey,
All right. So what
Epstein probably has a copy of it. That's all I'm saying.
other info
So-
do you got going on?
Yeah, who else do you
Sweden.
want to out?
Yeah. Okay. Have you any of you ever been arrested?
Yes.
You actually have been arrested?
Why do you look at the previous cop? Yes, I've been arrested.
What for?
Oh
I-
God, that's none of your fucking business,
I'm
Mike.
just curious.
I
Just
broke
like-
into a house.
Did you really?
Yes, a burglary.
And obviously you were not a very good burglar.
Actually, I
Well, you didn't time it effectively.
Yeah.
I got away. It was my two buddies.
I got away.
I got away.
After
It
being
was-
Right into
arrested?
jail, right?
It was my two buddies.
You accidentally found yourself in jail.
No. Okay. Let's just tell the story.
Okay.
How much time we got?
We got time.
Oh, we got time.
We got
Let me
time.
just turn my iPad off. All right. So this is what happened. I was 13 years. The windows and doors had just got. Do I really have to fucking tell this story?
Yeah,
really?
yeah. Let's hear it.
All right. So anyway, it was a neighbor's home, and they weren't. Yeah, right. Fuck me. So.
Statute of limitations.
Yeah.
Oh no, I got arrested. So me and my buddies go into this house, pop the lock, break some shit. It was really cool to hear the light bulbs break. We just did what kids did. Started a fire, some shit. And the homeowners came by and they wanted to see the progress of their home.
Oh,
and
snap.
one of the guys was wearing rollerblades, and so he was stuck. He was stuck inside the house. So the other buddy decided, well,
Rollerblades. I had rollerblades at that same age.
like, that's effed up. I'm not going to leave my buddy. He stays and gets caught too. And I'm like, fuck this. This is dumb. I'm out. So I bounce. And since my buddies got caught, they're like, is anybody else with you? And they're like, yeah. And they're like, who? And they're like, Phil. They're like, Phil what? And they're like, Phil. Beep. And I was like, oh, shit. And so he's like, I know who you are, Phil. Beep. So all of a sudden, I'm like, well, I might as well just go up with my buddies and at least we go kick it or something.
Yeah.
So the police come, blah, blah, blah. We go to, the city station and all the good stuff. Have to do a report, yada, yada. And luckily, we were under the age of 18, so we didn't go to jail. But one of the buddies decided to lie. I don't know why, Mom. It was really embarrassing.
Yeah. That alone is punishment enough, right?
Yeah. And so a deal was made out that as long as everybody paid for the damages, that we wouldn't have to go to court. And, of course, everybody's parents were fairly quick to write a check, and I think I had to work the whole summer. Like, it sucked. It was terrible. And then what's really odd about that is the police officer that arrested me was actually the police officer that was at my police academy graduation.
How funny.
Yeah. Yeah, that was pretty interesting. But yeah, the dumb mistake as a kid, yeah, I got arrested once.
Have you ever been arrested? No?
I got put in handcuffs.
Oh, okay.
And
Train wreck. That is Rebecca.
We were doing the second celebrity charity go-kart race at pole position, the Summerlin location.
Yes.
And she was running late. She had to go and get all the stuff, the food and stuff, and set it all up. But apparently when she pulled out of Costco's or Sam's Club or whatever, apparently she did it erratically and went down the street. She wasn't supposed to go because it's like one way.
Oh.
And she wasn't paying attention, and she's going nuts. Right? So everybody's like, well, where the hell's Rebecca? Like, nobody could figure out where she was.
And you're in pole position.
We're in pole position. We're
Okay.
setting up. We're just like, and everyone's like, yeah, where's Rebecca? So we, all of a sudden, they go, oh, there's a bunch of cops outside. So we got Rebecca completely clueless that the cops are following her. Pulls in to pole position, runs in, throws her keys to the car on the whatever table's there, and she goes, I have to use the restroom. She goes, can you go outside and get the stuff out of my car?
Oh, no.
So we go out to get the stuff out of her car, and the cops
Cops
are like, put everything down and put your hands up. So I was just like, what has she done, right? There's freaking a helicopter involved. Like, they were following her. And so they put me in handcuffs. They have to go in and get her. Apparently she was going to the bathroom.
Oh my
They
God.
brought her out. She goes, he had nothing to do with it. I'm like, what have you done? Like, what is going on? And apparently they thought she was drunk and driving crazy. And this and that, and all it was is because she had dropped her cell phone. She's trying to drive to get to the location, and there was a report of somebody else in a silver car that had stolen some stuff from Sam's Club, which they thought was her silver car because of the way she was driving.
And there was all the stuff in it.
There's
too.
all these cupcakes all over the back of her seat because she was driving so crazy. So there was pictures of us standing there with our hands all handcuffed there, people taking pictures. This turned out to be a hell of a day.
Yeah,
I'd have been pissed.
Oh, I was so angry.
Oh shit.
I was so angry.
I promise if I get put in that situation, go get the shit out of my car, would you? And then I get put in handcuffs, I'm going to be pissed.
I have been handcuffed as well. Mine happened when I was 16.
Okay.
No, not quite. I was 15. And I was walking home down Charleston and Fremont. I had just crossed Fremont, which is Boulder Highway, for those who were here. It's a terrible, seedy, horrible place in town. It's where you go to get most of your prostitutes.
And drugs.
Or meth.
And drugs. And meth, yeah.
Plural.
So,
or to die.
I'm walking down the...
Do you
And-
concur, Doctor?
No, it's real.
Yeah, it's bad. And there was a guy standing on the corner, and as I was walking by, I say, hey. And he goes, hey. And the next thing I know, police cars start showing up, and then the dude like turns around and is like, "You're under arrest," and he like puts me on the thing, and a lady comes out of the driver's side, and this other guy comes out of the other side, and he pulls his gun on me, and the lady sees him pull his gun, and she's like, "Whoa, whoa, 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 calm down." I'm like,
wait, who pulled the gun?
The one of the police officers, the male police officer, but the lady who was driving is telling him to slow his roll. And they throw me onto the hood, and then they put me in the handcuffs. And I'm like, "Why are you trying to buy drugs?" I'm like, "What?" Like, well, it's 10 o'clock at night. You just said hello to our undercover drug dealer. I'm like, I say hello to everybody. I live right there.
I'm being nice.
Yeah. I'm like,
well, you were walking around that area. That's the thing.
It's weird, right? Especially like an 80-pound, 16-year-old kid, 15-year-old kid walking down the street saying hi to drug dealers. I mean, I get it. So,
well, I mean, who else is walking around that area? Just walking around in that area.
And what gives the undercover drug dealer the right to say hi back?
Right. And then they're like, "Well, are your parents home?" I'm like, "Yeah. Can we call them?" I said, I cannot wait for you two. This is going to be great. Funny.
You're a piss poor drug buyer.
I want the worst. So they dropped me off, and they were like, "We're sorry about that." I'm like,
they didn't even get you McDonald's first?
No, right?
That's busted.
I thought that was and I've actually been in the back of a cop car another time when I was...
Owned a cop car? Because you did.
When I was 4. I got in the back of a cop car with my buddy Stevie because we were told to follow... We were living in an apartment complex. We were told to follow his brother, who was like 11 at the time, to 7-Eleven because we needed to get milk for cereal. So he decided it would be really funny to ditch us in the neighborhood, and we got lost. But we did happen to find a couple of beer cans, so we sat down on the curb and were drinking whatever was in the beer cans. We did, and then the police rolls up and's like, "What you doing?" I was like, "Oh, hey,
drinking beer."
Yeah. "Are you lost?" Yeah, we're lost. "Do you know where your apartment, your house?" "Oh, we're in some type of an apartment complex." "Why don't you get in?" Our ass is beat.
Yes, sir. I've been waiting.
What? For what?
Have you been
I know
arrested?
you've got one.
Nah.
Oh, you're a liar.
Yeah, that's a I have, but I don't want to talk about it because it was bad.
Was it with a prostitute?
No.
It probably.
Prostitution is illegal in Clark County and Washoe County, which
but
is
not Nye.
Reno and Las Vegas.
Which is like where you would think prostitution would be legal.
The only two counties, yeah, you would think so.
Right? I mean, it's kind
But
of...
if you come to Las Vegas, don't expect to sleep with a stripper you can probably sleep with a stripper.
Oh, you can.
Any of the strip clubs, actually, but legally and just for fun, no.
Yeah.
For now. We do have the Raiders coming.
Oh, God.
Wow.
They're gonna get the price of prostitution just gonna go sky high because of that.
Can you believe that the Raiders are really coming? Like they're really
it sucks,
coming,
dude. It sucks. I hate it. I hate it.
Better than the Cowboys.
Like we couldn't get the Rams, dude. I would have taken the Cowboys.
How about the Chargers? We could have got them.
I would have taken the Chargers.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
they're
the Raiders, bro,
upstanding
they're so
citizens.
gross.
Dude, they're gross.
Yeah.
Like
They
I don't
don't
even,
have a
I'm
good
afraid
fan
I'm going to
base.
get like hepatitis or something by going to the damn stadium.
Yeah.
I like the insane clown
I've
posse
heard-
of NFL.
And he's still standing.
Yeah.
That's right.
Oh.
He is. Well.
Oh.
Well played. Well played.
Can we talk? Are we going to discuss Spider-Man?
Okay. Sorry, Peanut.
We only got a minute.
Yeah, we got a couple minutes.
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man 3.
Awesome.
Yes?
Best one so far.
Agreed.
I totally agree.
Out of all of them.
Wasn't
it's the best.
Spider-Man
Out of all
3
the
a long
Marvel,
time ago?
like
This is
all
another
Marvel
3?
movies, or just Spider-Man?
It
movies?
just
All the
came out.
Spider-Man movies. That
Okay.
one's the
You have
best.
not seen
I
it,
agree.
obviously.
Yeah.
I thought it was called something other than Spider-Man 3.
It's called Far From Home.
Far From
Yeah,
Home.
yeah, because there was a
Yeah.
Spider-Man 3 before, but wasn't there?
There's a
And
Spider-Man
before
3
that, there was a
for Sam
Spider-Man
Raimi.
3. And
Yeah.
before that, there was a Spider-Man.
Yeah, I'm really lost on the Spider people. There's all this animation.
And then there's all the animation ones.
That's
but
not this one.
I agree.
No,
I
it's
thought it
not.
was the best.
Okay.
They actually took some time to introduce a villain much earlier in the storyline than people perceived. And it's so funny because Jake Gyllenhaal is in Captain America Civil War. And I saw him, and I said, that's Jake Gyllenhaal, and nobody believed me. And then I started to think maybe I was crazy. But I'm like, no, I'm pretty sure it was Jake Gyllenhaal. Maybe he just wanted some type of 2-bit part just to say he was in a Marvel movie, like Daniel Craig was a stormtrooper in The Force Awakens.
Right.
So I just figured it was something like that. They tie it in. Dude, I could not believe that. That was so cool. That was like 3-4 movies ago. And then they bring it back.
Right on.
I'm like, wow, way to plan. Like, that's a G right there.
Yeah, no spoilers, but it was an incredible movie.
It was really awesome. But I actually had a friend, Dave. I don't know if you ever met Dave.
Dave's not here, man.
He walked out of the movie theater.
We don't need to talk about Dave.
Yeah, he said it was a terrible movie. The worst of the Spider-Man franchise, actually.
Totally boring, he said.
I think it's
totally
horrible.
boring.
I loved it. And all this, and if you do watch it, you have to wait for all the credits to roll.
Yeah, there's 2 credits.
There's 2 post-credit
There's
scenes.
2 post-credit.
There's like a pre-post and then a post-post.
So don't post early.
No.
So the movie's like mostly credits?
Yes.
The whole movie. All credits.
But it's fantastic action.
itself
Yeah, don't
is
watch
an
it. That's a
ode.
good point.
Yeah.
If you haven't watched Endgame, don't see Far From Home.
Yeah, because it will destroy the movie. But it is a really good ode to RDJ, which I thought was really cool. Very cool way to... You know what I'm saying?
I've shit my pants before.
I've done it multiple times, and he can attest to that. I used to keep underwear in my silver bullet.
You still do.
I do, yeah. You always keep a pair of tidy whities with you because you never know when you're going to shit yourself.
He changed his pants right there at the Monte Carlo one day.
I did. He was like, what did you do? I was I shit myself.
I go, where have you been for 15 minutes? Because I shit myself. I had to change my pants.
Laid an egg.
Yeah, laid an egg. Sometimes you take a risk. You think it's a fart, and it ain't.
Thought I farted, but a shit.
You know what I mean? I'm not a gambling man. Always.
Never, ever.
But sometimes I am.
It's true.
Is that the note you're going to stop on?
I think that's good. I think that is where we end. 2 clues. But before we go, please, 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 please find us on Facebook. Find us on the Twitterverse. Find us on Instagram. It's 2 Clueless Dudes, 2cluelessdudes.com. Go to radiovegasrocks.com or radiovegas.rocks, whatever catches your fancy. Sign up for the app on your mobile phone so you can listen literally anywhere. Literally anywhere. You could be on a toilet, on a cruise ship, off the port of Mallorca, listening to 2 Clueless Dudes on radiovegas.rocks.
That could be you.
Turks and Caicos?
That's right. That could be you. So,
on another note, make sure that when you download the Radio Vegas Rocks app, you have to register it.
Yes.
That way you have the opportunity to win those 2 amazing tickets of Aerosmith on stage.
Because you don't want to miss a thing.
That's true.
And you won't. We had a friend that went. She had the VIP seats, and I was like, you need to film that so we can see how close you are. And she actually did. And Steven Tyler walked by, took her phone, sang with her, and then walked away. So I posted that on our page to go, that's how close you're actually going to be.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Holy crap.
That is pretty amazing.
mean, being that close to Steven Tyler would scare me because his mouth is so big. I would be afraid he would swallow me whole. But it would be cool to see him, like, up close and personal.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I bet he smells amazing.
And
I bet he doesn't.
I bet he smells like Uncle Salty.
So register for the app.
Yes, register for the app and tell your friends to do it. And if you do, and they do, then both of you get more chances for those 2 tickets for Aerosmith.
Closes October 6th.
Yeah, so you better hurry. And,
all right, stay tuned for Die Laughing Podcast right after us.
And just a quick shout out. We do plan on having more guests on the show. So if you like the guests, let us know. We've got the former owner of Cheese Boy Comics. We'll get him in. Also, the former drummer of Tantric.
And
Troy
we got
Patrick
CC
Farrell.
Storm.
And CC Storm, who's, I don't know what we're allowed to say, not allowed to say, but he's a bassist.
He's a bassist and
doing
and
big
vocalist.
things and vocalist doing big things with the band, and we'll get into that. We'll have him on. That ought to be
See
pretty
if I
cool.
can get him to maybe sing us a song or two.
He's not the drummer for Tantric anymore, by the way.
Right, former drummer. Former drummer. He's moved on to bigger and better things like being on our show. So, with that, we'll let you all go. Thanks for listening. Don't do
And-
drugs. Stay in school.
Goodbye.
Dare.